Hello, everyone. I just want to bring you up to date on a few things happening in the collaborative parishes and to keep you informed of some decisions that were made regarding what we plan to do with the Mass schedule in the next few months. The first thing that I want to do is just reiterate a word of congratulations. We had a very beautiful celebration of an ordination last Saturday for Father James Ferris, a native son of St. Lawrence, who was ordained to the Jesuit community by Cardinal Sean O'Malley, along with the Boston Archdiocese seminarians, candidates for priesthood. There were 5 of them ordained for their archdiocese. We had a very beautiful celebration of the first Mass of Thanksgiving last Sunday at St. Lawrence, and although we couldn't open it up to the general public, it is on our website, WhalingCityCatholics.org, and if you go to the YouTube and hit St. Lawrence, you can watch Father James Ferris' first Mass that was last Sunday. Father James will also be staying with us for a couple of weeks until he receives his assignment from his superiors in the Jesuit community, and I'm very grateful for him to be able to assist me with the weekend Masses, as well as he's been joining us for the daily Mass. We've been rotating, one celebrant, one preaching each day. So I'm very grateful to welcome Father James for the couple of weeks that I will have him. I would love to keep him, but unfortunately that is not my decision. But I will take him for as long as I can get him, and I certainly appreciate the help. The second thing that I would like to bring to your attention is a week ago, yesterday, the parish councils of all 3 parishes had a outside meeting in the little area by the tree here at Holy Name. 2 representatives from each of the parish councils of the 3 parishes, myself, and the director of pastoral care, planning for the diocese, Laura Carrero, the 2 deacons of the parishes, as well as our 2 religious education coordinators. And we all sat socially distant outside on a very beautiful summer's evening. And the discussion was, how do we open up 3 parishes with just 1 priest? And that seems to be, that's what it's going to be. And I offered some suggestions. And as we looked at those suggestions, the members of the parish council themselves, and I stress that very importantly, decided and chose to suggest that we are better off doing what we are doing right now. And that is to keep the weekend Mass schedule the way it is here at Holy Name. And I know that it's not what people want to hear, that we can't open up all 3 parishes. But we looked at the safety precautions, we looked at the cleaning process, we looked at the parking, and we just felt that it was easier to keep everything the way it is going through the fall months. The only change that will take place is at the end of August, the 6 o'clock Mass will be discontinued. And I'm discontinuing it because the numbers are not there to keep it. On an average week, with the exception of when we had confirmation a few weeks ago, the attendance is at between 15 and 20 people, when we're having 90 people at another Mass. So we are going to discontinue the 6 o'clock Mass at the end of August. Other than that, the Mass schedule will remain the same: Saturday afternoon at 4 o'clock, Sunday morning at 7:30, 10 o'clock, and 11:30, and everything will be here at Holy Name until further notice. And again, I stress that that was the representatives from the parish council's decision in various ways to make it makes sense to do that. The one thing that was decided is that in mid-fall, we will come together again and we will look at how things are going, and we will see if we can make some changes and open up another parish. But it was also decided that we had to think about Christmas, because with the numbers of people that were only allowed in each church at a time, we know that Christmas is very well attended. So there will be a Christmas Mass in each parish. There is no set schedule yet, but we will make sure that every parish will have a Christmas Mass in their own church. But for the time being, we are going to stay here at Holy Name. And again, it just makes sense. The third thing that I'd like to share with you is the diocese is asking each parish to use and develop databases for a census of who are our parishioners. And I know that for those of you who have been here for many years, we have your registration card in a file. But with the age of modern technology, a database is so much easier than to go flipping through a file cabinet looking for somebody's census card if we need to get in touch with a parishioner. So each parish is being asked to use what we call Gabriel software. So how are we going to update this? In a few weeks, all the parishioners will be receiving a letter from me asking you to update your information. Those who are living with you in your home, those who are registered here in the parish, we will ask if you have an email address, because along with this new database, we will be able to send out a quick email to parishioners notifying you of things coming up, if we have to make a cancellation for something. And we know that you get tons of emails every day, but we will make sure that your emails are not shared with anybody. We will keep them as private as possible so that nobody else is emailing you from here. But we will ask for your email so that we can keep you informed of what's going on, particularly with the holidays coming up. And we know that it's only August, but things are going to move on rapidly. And like everything else, Christmas most likely will not be the same this year. We're going to have to really think of a schedule that's going to work for everyone. And we want to keep everybody informed as we move along. So we will be asking you to send these questionnaires back to us. We will provide you with a self-stamped addressed envelope. You won't have to worry about a stamp. And we will enter the information in our new database. So that will be coming up in a few weeks. Also to our parents in our faith formation program. Terry Willett, who is the coordinator at St. Lawrence, and Ted Machado here have sent out a survey regarding how we are going to put on faith formation in this age that we are living in. We've asked a series of questions. We're asking for your opinion. So if you are a parent of our religious education students, we ask you to please fill out that survey and return them back by next Wednesday, August 12th, so that we can start compiling them and looking at them and putting together our faith formation program for the coming school year. There are some little projects that will be coming up. And even though we're not using all three churches for masses right now on Sundays, we are still using them for weddings and funerals and baptisms, and that will continue to be the process. At St. Lawrence, we're going to, in a few weeks, begin some much, much needed work on the windows, the outside of the stained glass windows. They are beautiful windows, and obviously we want to preserve them. But if you were to go by St. Lawrence and see the outside, the paint has chipped, there are some rotten spots. All of those will be resealed and repainted to preserve them for many, many more years to come. And I'm sure that the work will be outstanding. We have hired McCain painters to do the work. They came in at the lowest bid, and they have also done the work on the Stations of the Cross in St. Lawrence. All of the Stations of the Cross have been de-leaded and repainted. So I want the people to know that we are still keeping the churches up, and that someday when we have the opportunity to go back to all three parishes, that the parishes will be in wonderful shape. And we are trying to do a lot of the work at St. Lawrence in the anticipation of next year's celebration of the 200th anniversary of the founding of St. Lawrence Parish. We have nothing scheduled as a date yet because we're waiting to see how things going. But my plan is to have, obviously, a special liturgy. I will send an invitation to the bishop to be the celebrant, and we will be talking about that in the next few months. Also, just this morning, Armin Hood, our facilities manager, and myself, we met with Rex Monumental Works to order a plaque for the newly installed flagpole at St. Lawrence, and the plaque will very simply read, "In honor of all of our veterans from St. Lawrence Parish." The flagpole was graciously donated by Mechanics Bank as they have opened up a new branch here in the New Bedford area, and they wanted to get their name out. And they were gracious enough, and they thought the project was wonderful, and they made the donation of the new flagpole at St. Lawrence. So we want to get that plaque installed, that monument, and I'm hoping to have a little dedication service on or about Veterans Day. Obviously, I would like to invite the mayor. I will contact him to see what his schedule is like, and all of the veterans from our area there will be most welcome to join us in that little dedication, and that will be coming up in a few weeks. I'll have more information for you. And the last thing, a couple of last things that I just want to talk to you about. Monday is the Feast of St. Lawrence, and being one of our parishes, I thought it would be nice to have a liturgy at St. Lawrence Church on the feast day. So in addition to the 8 o'clock Mass here at Holy Name on Monday morning, we will have an evening Mass at St. Lawrence at 6:30 on the Feast of St. Lawrence. And at that Mass, it will be extra special, as I will give the sacraments of baptism, confirmation, and Eucharist to our RCIA candidate, Jason Pitsley. And I will also baptize his son, Thomas. They have been waiting. They should have received these sacraments at the Easter Vigil, but unfortunately that was not able to be done. So we thought about this, and when I approached Jason about this, he thought it would be wonderful to have his sacraments on the parish patron feast day of St. Lawrence. So we invite you to join us Monday evening. We have room for 100 people, and we just ask that you please wear a mask, and the seats are all socially distant, so you won't have any problem trying to figure out where to sit. But we want to congratulate Jason and his son Thomas, as I will give them their sacraments. And Father James Ferris will join us for the liturgy. And finally, as I always try to do so often, because it's very important, a couple of thank yous. First, I would like to extend my thanks to each and every one of you for your contributions to the Catholic Appeal. It officially ended last Friday, but if you have not contributed and you still have your cards at home, you can still send them in, and the parishes will get credit for it. I don't have a final total yet, but we know that this was, again, done at the unusual time. It was done during the month of June and July instead of May and June, so you might have put it aside. If you have it at home and you'd like to make a contribution, you can either mail it in to the address on the envelope to Fall River, or you may drop it in one of the baskets here at church, and we will send it in for you. And also just a continued word of thanks for your continued support to the parishes. And again, even though we are not using all three churches on Sundays, they are being used. We have baptisms scheduled in all three parishes in the next few weeks. And of course, those unfortunate times for funerals for our loved ones and the parishioners who may pass away, that their funerals will be celebrated. So all of the money is going into the proper parish account to keep the parishes updated and cleaned, and we're paying our staff that we have to do everything that we need to do here in the parish. So again, I just want to thank you for all that you do, and please be assured of my continued prayers for each and every one of you. And all of these things will be summed up a little bit in the bulletin in the next couple of weeks. We hope that you'll continue to join us for liturgy here on the weekends. And if you don't feel comfortable right now coming to the liturgies on the weekend, think about maybe coming to the daily Mass at 8 o'clock, Monday through Thursday, because the dispensation for Sunday Mass is still in place. So maybe, if you don't feel comfortable in a larger group of people, think about maybe coming to the daily Mass here at Holy Name Monday through Thursday at 8 o'clock. Again, thank you, and God bless.